Well, hello and good afternoon. It is Mama Jane's husband here, and it's also
Mama Jane.
And we are on a rocky and wobbly Iona.
If we look a bit wobbly, it's not us that have been at the gin, or indeed any alcohol thus far.
Today.
But it is only dinner lunchtime.
Yes.
No, it is that the sea is extremely
wobbly bobbly. Yeah. And we're coming to the end of a 14-day cruise on P&O's Iona, and we thought we'd tell you what we thought about our experience on this very large ship. So, would you say we've had a good time?
I would say we've had a good time, because we have had a good time. This is the largest ship that we have ever been on. It's got 5,000 capacity, and indeed it is almost full capacity, including children. Although there doesn't seem to be that many children, or perhaps they're just very well hidden, I don't know. But certainly they've not been an issue, there's not been undue noise. No, they've been good, and the parents have been very good as well at keeping the children in control.
So the staff.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd tell you 7 of our favourites about Iona as a ship, and 7 things that we think might need a little bit of improvement. All our own views, of course.
Yeah, you may totally disagree, and please do disagree with anything that we say, because you know that's what cruising is all about. The right cruise for you. The best cruise is the right cruise for you.
Yeah. So the first thing that we've had, we love on Iona, is the atrium. It's this wonderful multi-level atrium that's got windows going from deck 6 to deck 8. So there's 3 decks worth of windows on either side. So you have these wonderful side panoramic views. And it really works the central atrium. There's restaurants in this area as well, although one of them there is not open. It's only open for drinks. The wine place, the glass house. That's it. It's not serving food at the moment, but it is serving wine. But it's also where the Keel and Cow is, which is like a gastro pub. And on the ground floor, you've got the Emerald Bar, and you've got a space which has been assigned to where performers do things. So we've had a busker doing things there. We've had circus, people doing juggling.
I thought we were doing entertainment and food in another video.
Yeah, anyway, I'm twittering on. So but that's just, that's we love the atrium. We love the atrium.
It's tastefully bling.
Yeah, tastefully bling.
Greys and silvers.
Okay.
And beige.
And yes.
So the next thing we like is the 7:10 Club. Now, anybody who's been on Iona before will say, oh yeah, but you have to queue for hours to get in and blah blah. Well, actually, they've stopped that now. You do not queue for hours to get in. You book. And each night there are at least 3, sometimes 4 shows a night. And the group in there have been exceptional, but again, we'll talk about them later. It's a small venue, very an intimate, if you can use that word, intimate venue. It's absolutely lovely, but you do need to book, and so it avoids all this so what I'm looking for, queuing that was causing.
But it's proper live. There's no backing tracks. They play all their instruments. Music. It's proper musicians and playing really good stuff. Really enjoyed it in there. Yeah. And then the other thing that we've loved has been the quality of food across the ship. I've only had one meal I've had an issue with, but everything else, the quality has been outstanding, whether it's in the buffet, whether it's in one of the additional restaurants, whether it's in the main dining room. The food, the quality of the food has been outstanding.
Yeah. The other thing about entertainment, as I said, we will be talking in more depth about entertainment, but it's very innovative.
Innovative.
No.
Innovative.
Innovative.
Yeah.
And I really haven't had a drink. there's unusual things, and so it's not just a case of, oh yeah, you've got your singers on the nights in the theatre. No, there's all sorts happening in and around the ship. So in the different venues, so it's that has been very, very good.
There's acrobats in the Sky Dome. The level of technology and how they use it is very good.
Yeah.
And rather than just having the normal review shows where they sing a particular genre, you have a rock night, you have a country night, they've gone, P&O have definitely upped the game in trying to do something different with the in-house entertainment. So it's been very innovative.
Yeah,
it's been really good. And then Deck 18, I think, might be Iona's best kept secret.
Because not now. You've told everybody.
So Deck 18 is split either side of the dome, the outside of the dome, and the two parts are lovely. One is more observational and sun worshipping. Can I say sun worshipping? Yeah. And there's a big chess set there, big giant chess set. And it's quite cool. But the other side has got two hot tubs either side of on port and starboard, and also right at the back there's a bar on Deck 18, and there's a pool there and some beautifully laid out seating, and beyond that there's the area you have to pay to get into, which is called the retreat. But it's somehow for me, Deck 18 really gels. They're my favourite hot tubs up there.
Have you seen the video?
And there's a video all about all 16 hot tubs that we did earlier. And we just love it on Deck 18.
And to be honest, we've never found it necessary you pay so much for a couple of hours to go in this nice area. And I'll be honest, at the moment, even though the ship is full, it's not seemed necessary. I don't know, perhaps on another cruise it would, but certainly not this one.
No. And the other thing we like in general are the infinity pools. Beautifully done at the back of the ship, give amazing views when you're in port, and very ethereal feeling when you're in them. And then there's the 16 jacuzzis. There's also there's more jacuzzis than that, but because the staff apparently have 2 jacuzzis to themselves, and there's also a jacuzzi in the private area that you have to pay to get into. But we've done a video about all the jacuzzis as well. So
now to the very practical, shall we say, bog standard. Did you see where I did that?
You did that. It was very clever.
The lavatories, they are amazing. Now you're going to think, what is she on about? How can it's like a toilet's a toilet? No, it's not. No. Now at first I did find them a bit tricky how to get in and out of them, but now I've cracked it. They're marvellous. You totally do not have to touch anything, whether it's a single toilet or whether it's into an area of toilets. It's amazing. You just put your hand near a sensor, you don't even have to press anything, and you're in, as it were.
I don't think I've ever come across clean toilets anywhere in the world.
I have never seen such clean toilets. I know they're new. I know, the ship is quite new, therefore it's easier to look clean, but these are clean. It's a credit to P&O cleaning staff.
So those are the 7 favourites we've had from the cruise. There's lots of other things we like as well, but we thought we'd stick to the 7 favourites. Now they come to 7 things where we think there's room for improvement.
And this is only our opinion, remember that?
Yeah. And so the first thing is waitering. Waitering standards are not that high, sadly. Staff are fantastic. Staff are really trying their best, but there's not enough of them, and waitering standards have suffered. So basically, the waitering standard is lower than you'll see on land. In fact, I've been in many pubs where the waitering standards have been higher.
And by that we mean just simple things like, you're shown to your table but the chair's not moved, your napkin's not put out for you.
reaching across the table to serve you.
And it is done because they are so short-staffed.
You know, I've just had water poured in a glass across the table, and the jug that they were pouring from was millimeters away from the top of my meal, so it almost took off the top of my dinner. So, you know,
instead of going around the other side and things like that. But the staff themselves are lovely.
They just haven't got the time to wait properly.
No, to wait. You know, to
wait properly. Okay.
The other thing is, when we choose a cabin, we really don't care what cabin we're in, because we're generally not bothered by noise or anything. But this cabin,
it's at the front of the ship.
It's at the front of the ship, and we're thinking, what is that noise in the night one night? And it's the service lift, which is sort of behind our cabin.
It's not. It's not directly behind. I'll try and put a map in of where we are, and it makes a right old clunky racket.
Now, some things have got to be moved in the night, and that's how it is. You know, you can't move everything in the day, because the next thing you'll be grumbling that staff are moving things around in the corridors in the day and in your way and blah blah. No, but I do think perhaps some things don't have to be moved in the night. I don't know. And again, perhaps you'll make a comment and tell me exactly what is moved in the night. But it is a noisy, and it's not the staff. It's not, you can't hear people. It's the doors and the movement of the lift. It's not the staff making the noise. It's that's the thing.
I also think these are probably the thinnest walls we've had on a cabin.
Yeah.
So you can hear everything going on in the cabins either side of you.
Yeah.
Which means they can also hear me in the night as well.
Sneezing and coughing.
Sneezing, snoring and doing other things involving wind. But we won't go there. So that's that. And then the dome. They use the dome at night for entertainment,
which is over the swimming pool.
Over the swimming pools, and the acoustics are awful.
Obviously,
they're absolutely awful. They're not fit for purpose, and in fact, some of the entertainment staff have admitted to me that they shouldn't be putting live acts on in there because the sound quality is rubbish. In fact, the sound is much better if you go down the corridor from the dome by the lifts.
Yeah,
sounds much better.
And it's a shame because the acts that are on there, various groups and solo performers, are good. You know, when you go by the lifts, you can hear them. They're really good, but there's such echo. Well, you can imagine singing in a swimming pool. It's not going to be good, is it? No, but it's fine for things like the acrobatics and what have you. It's excellent, but and not for singing. And it's a shame because I really feel for these performers. Yeah.
So yes. Now, the other thing is, although the entertainment's innovative, to be honest, some of it's been boring. I can't say anything more than that. Some of it's been a little bit boring. Some of it's competent, it's innovative, but actually I found some of it boring, particularly some of the live acts. Well, you didn't want to go last night to watch one of them, Pulse.
Oh, no, they're not boring. It's just that if you've seen a group perform, and you know, you don't need to see them every night. But I won't say it's because they're boring. It's because I've heard enough.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think some of them lack a bit of charisma.
Yes. Yeah. Some of them do not have good stagecraft. It's not a case of just being a good singer. You know, if it's a group and there's two singers, they're not entertainers. They are good, competent singers.
They're mechanistic, is what I'm trying to say.
I'd say that rather than boring. So you know, you need to like get your audience with you, don't you? And I don't know. But...
And then last night we had a very interesting thing happen where halfway through performance in Headliners, there was a problem and the power went off. And when it came back on, when they were restarting the stage, they obviously hadn't told the performers. So the music started and the singing started and the performers weren't on stage. So
that begs the
the
question.
were they miming in part of the performances? I'd had my suspicions earlier in the week.
Now I know in some of the songs, some of the music, they're not sing. Although they're singing, it's not the people who are on stage that are singing. They're dancing to singers, and that's fine. But I'm not sure what was going on last night. But anyway, having said that, they dealt with the whole calamity, and it was a big calamity.
Very well.
Very well. Very well.
But it
Very
leaves some,
high-tech.
some unanswered questions.
Now, having said that, these performers are doing this performance 3 times a night, and in very close succession, 45 minutes. Are they 45 minutes? That is a heck of a lot. Now, do they mind? I don't know. If you know what I'm going to say next, leave a comment.
Yes. The other thing that is sad is that rules are not being enforced. So sometimes we've had children in adults only areas, and nothing's getting done about it. Then some of the dress rules are ignored, so I think that's disappointing. We've only got 2 formal nights, and even on the formal nights, I don't think things are being let go. That I think is disappointing.
And you don't have to dress formally. You just shouldn't be going in the areas where you should be. And again, it sounds petty, but if you're going to have rules, and you're going to have formal nights, then come on, let's. And when I say formal, I don't mean you've got to be in dinner jackets, dicky bows, ball gowns. You can, and it's nice if you want to. I don't mean that formal. I just mean, please, not shorts and t-shirts. Yeah. And
then the other thing is that smoking in non-smoking areas outside.
Yeah.
And again, staff aren't saying anything, so all a bit disappointing.
It's a bit tricky.
Oh, and the other thing is hogging of sunbeds. Never seen it so bad on a cruise ship. And I think some people are grabbing sunbeds in the morning before they go ashore, and then they've got the towels on them all day, and then they're coming back offshore and then go into them, and the staff aren't doing anything about it.
And it does quite clearly say, if they're unattended for 30 minutes, which is enough time to go and get some food, go and have a pee, go and get a drink, or whatever. We don't even have to go and get a drink, the staff come to you.
If you can find one.
And it does sound petty, and I don't want to sound petty, but and I know you might say, well, that's a first world problem, isn't it? Having you say, actually, no, it's how it's supposed to be.
If you're going to have rules,
yes,
enforce them.
Yeah. If you're not, don't have them, and then nobody's worried that they're not being enforced. And I know it's common practice around the hotel, but pools
but we've never seen it on cruise ships.
Never as much. No.
And then another thing that the buffet is been really well designed in a way so that it doesn't look like a buffet where you're sitting, but that's got consequences for the thoroughfare through the buffet, and it's not wide enough. And there's going to be a calamity, because not only are people moving through this area, but also the staff have got to move things through this area as well. And at the height of eating time in the buffet, where it's very busy, staff decide to move a trolley of baked beans. Why couldn't they have done that when the buffet's shut? So, and it's very narrow, the thoroughfare through the buffet, and there's going to be an accident.
And a lot of people here are a lot of people in wheelchairs, or that's young and old, and in mobility scootery things, so there is a lot of activity, and so then you've got people walking in 2 directions with trays. You've got the staff trying to keep things clear, not just moving stock like Alan was saying, but the things they have to move to keep the place, and the place is kept lovely, and tables are kept cleared all the time. It really is good. But now, I think one of the reasons it seems more obvious now is because during COVID, we had to be more, well, I know we're still in COVID, but when we first started coming back, buffets were not self-service. You went in an orderly queue and pointed to what you want, it was put on your plate. So there was more order in that sense.
And reduced capacity.
Whereas now, with full capacity, you serve yourself, and
So the last thing that I think needs improvement is the booking system. Lots of people on board complaining about the My Holiday website that you have to use on board to book stuff. And my big thing this time is it says that there's no tables available, when if you wander down to the restaurant there are. So big tip, if you're wanting a restaurant at night and the queue's not moving forward, my advice is wander straight down to the restaurant and ask. And also, if it's saying some of the specialty restaurants don't have room, go direct to the restaurant when it's open, and you'll often find that you can get a table even though the app says the booking system says that you can't. So it's still a work in progress.
Yeah. Having said all that, we should actually have started with that rather than the positive, because now we're leaving it on a negative.
We've had a really good
fabulous
cruise.
This ship is beautiful. The staff are excellent, and what more can I say? But it's worth pointing out these little things.
Just wanted to point things out to you.
Yeah.
And we're going to do some more specific videos about entertainment, about food, about bars, and about the booking system probably. So anyway, until next time, look out for some more videos. We'd love you to subscribe. It's really helpful to us if you subscribe to our channel. It helps with the statistics for YouTube, and it gets our channel more widely seen when people are searching for cruising. So please like this video.
If you do.
Put your notification bell on and subscribe. Really appreciate it. So it's a bye for now from
me
and from
him.